Well, g'day and good morning to you all. How are you? Margaret from beautiful Queensland in Australia this morning, sitting on about 29 degrees. We're heading for a high of about 35 and it's quite warm. Not as warm as it has been, but already at 7:30 in the morning the temperature's 29 degrees and it's quite warm. So whoever said that once you've done a job it's complete? I never say that, because I know that sometimes just when you think the job's finished, it's not. 3 or 4 months ago we built the shade house, and the shade house actually measures 5 metres by 5 metres. But what happened was I realised that I was growing plants not only inside, as you can see, but I'd also put some plants outside. I figured there are some plants that actually will grow better as seedlings outside. However, what happened is we got some absolutely horrid weather in November. The temperatures rose well up over 40 degrees. The winds were burning. It was just so hot for weeks and weeks and weeks. And the pots that were sitting outside here, even though they are plants that grow well in my garden, didn't grow well in that intense heat without water every single day, and I lost a lot of the plants in the pots. So I thought, you know what, let's just make this so that I don't have to worry about this happening again. The second part of the shade house project is now being done. So what we've decided to do is actually extend the shade house out another 2 metres to the side, as you can see where the poles are, and of course it's nearly 5 metres long, so there's going to be another 10 square metres of space for me to grow things, and everything will be undercover. Everything will have a misting water system on it, and going forward with those temperatures up and around 40 degrees, I'll no longer have to worry if the pots outside are getting enough water. The next step is to remove half of the shade cloth from the centre, pull it back and wrap it around this corner to open the top part of the shade house open to the new part. And the shade cloth has been cut and pulled back, and this will open up this part of the shade house to the new part. The poles have now been added across the top, as you can see. Just a couple more to put on the side, and then the shade cloth will go around. One of the projects we're working on is enlarging the shade house. We had such a horrific 3 months of heat and wind and dryness last year that 85 plants that were sitting outside the shade house died, even with watering. So in order for that not to happen again, part of what we're doing is putting an extension onto the existing shade house. We decided, as within the other part of the shade house, to use this fake grass. It's really good. You can see we've put a black matting underneath. That's to save any weeds coming through. The fake grass allows the water to go through. It's easy to walk on. It's not hot like concrete, and it just works for us here. So we will cover this whole new part of the shade house in this fake grass. As you can see, all the grass is down, the fake grass in the bottom. I've moved some of the plants in there already. The wood is on the outside. The watering system's in place. So all we need to do now is put the last piece of shade cloth on this side. And now the extension that we put on the shade house is complete. Looks fabulous, doesn't it? and it will protect a lot of the plants from the intense heat that we get. It's 35 degrees today here already, so you can understand what I mean. I decided to leave the front open at this stage. I like the idea of sitting back and enjoying the view that I get from back here. And this tree at the front actually acts as shade in the afternoon in there, so I thought that looks quite nice. I might do something different with that side. So the project is complete. Enjoying my day in my garden as always.